Now that you know how to use redirection in the shell, we can discuss some more advanced command line utilities. In this video, we will discuss utilities that search and sort text. The first utility, grep, is one of the most used command line utilities in Linux. It searches through files or input from standard in and displays lines that match a pattern. Note that the man page says that there are a few variants of grep. You can safely ignore these as they are deprecated. Their functionality has been incorporated into the main grep utility. Let's look at an example. This command searches through the file wordlist.txt for any line that matches the string Bob. Because I have colors enabled in my shell, you can see that the output highlights the matching text. However, you won't always see this. If you want to search for lines that don't match text, you can use the -v option. For example, if I wanted to search for words that do not have the letter E in them, I could use the following command. I piped the output through less since, although the letter E is the most common letter in the English language, there are many words that do not have it. There are many more options that control how matches are determined, and I suggest you look at the man page to make yourself familiar with them. grep really becomes powerful when you use it to search multiple files. For example, let's say we want to search for the word error in some log files. grep prepends every matching line with the associated file name. Now, it may be the case that the lines around the one containing the word error have some important information we need to see. We can tell grep to display the lines before the matching line using the capital B and the lines after the matching line using capital A. grep separates the output from different match groups with the double dash. If needed, you can modify the output to include the line numbers of the matching lines, or just display the total number of lines in a file that match the pattern. I suggest you play around with grep to get a better understanding of how it can be used. We will revisit grep in later videos when we discuss a powerful way of describing patterns called regular expressions. Often the contents of a file aren't in the best order for your specific use case. For example, you may need the file sorted in alphabetical order, or, if it is a list of numbers, you may want them sorted from largest to smallest. This is where the sort command can be useful. Say we have a file of random words and I want to sort them alphabetically. Notice that the file contents are now sorted. If I wanted to sort numbers in decreasing numerical order, I can use the -n and r options. Here is unsorted, and here they are sorted. You may have noticed in the sorted content of these files that there are duplicate lines. If we are only interested in processing one of the duplicates, we can use the unique utility. Before we use it though, let's look at the man page. Notice in the description that it only filters adjacent duplicate lines. This means that if there are duplicate lines in the file, but they aren't adjacent, they won't be filtered out. Let's look at an example. Here's a sample file that has duplicate lines. Some are adjacent, and others aren't. If we process the file with unique, only adjacent duplicate lines are filtered. Notice null was the only duplicate line that was deleted. Helpful is still in here twice. If we want to filter out all the duplicates, we must first sort the file so all the duplicate lines are adjacent and then use unique. Notice that all the duplicate lines have been filtered out. Sometimes you need to count the number of lines or words in a text file. The utility WC prints the number of lines, words, and bytes in a file. You can also pipe the output from another command to count, for example, the number of lines that contain the string Bob. So there are 7 words in the word list that have Bob in it. When you use this to count lines in output, ensure that you are counting the correct lines. Sometimes commands include informational lines in their output that may affect your calculations. To wrap up, let's use pipes to create a command that uses all 4 of these utilities. We want to find the number of unique words in the file randomwords.txt that don't have the letter E. We will start with just finding the words. Now that we have those words, let's sort them. Now that they are sorted, let's remove duplicates. Now that we have the number of words, let's count how many lines, or in this case, words, since each word is on its own line. So let's walk through this step by step. First, grep searches for all lines in the file randomwords.txt that don't have an E. It then prints those lines to standard input of the sort command, which sorts them in alphabetical order. Those sorted lines are sent to unique, which removes all the duplicates. Finally, the word count utility displays the number of lines sent to it by unique. Hopefully, you are beginning to see how powerful these simple commands can be when linked together.